we all know it takes a true man to really swallow their pride, be humble, and admit when they're wrong. And Elliot Wolf did just that. Let's jump into it. You guys know my name is Aaron. On the daily, pushing out Patriots content to people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football. So, hey, do me a quick favor. Just hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment below. So we're going to be talking about Elliot Wolf and his comments made at the Combine as well. A New England Patriots player that was given the permission to seek out a trade. As well, at the end, we talk about NFL Player Association report cards for each franchise. It is not looking too good for the Patriots. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, Elliot Wolf was being interviewed at the Combine, and he comes right out of the gate and just admits, he says, ultimately the roster was on me. We were 4-13, just didn't get enough done. I respect that out of any man who's willing to come out and say, listen, it starts with me. I'm helping get the players on this team. I'm seeking out players in free agency. I am the top dog when it comes to the NFL draft. And honestly, I let the team down. Let it down. Now, he goes on to say multiple times here that, listen, I made a mistake. Things happen. And the biggest mistake he talks about is Okorafor. Now, we know Chukwuamu coming from the Steelers. It should have been a warning sign that the Steelers didn't want him anymore. Should have been a warning sign that he's a head case, he's a problem, and it just did not work out. Now, what Elliot Wolf talks about, and I think this is key in this whole conversation with reporters, media, whatever, is the fact that he said, this time around, we need to be thorough. Now, I've talked about this as well with Mike Vrabel, him coming into his second stint as head coach. He knows exactly what he wants to do and not do. Simple as that. Elliot Wolf, yes, he's been in this position, obviously not too long, but after last year, he knows exactly what he's not going to do. And moving forward, he said the biggest thing they can do is be thorough. Thorough when it comes to signing free agents, thorough when it comes to the draft and moving forward. We know even in that draft, there was still solid offensive tackles that could have been taken in the second round instead of Jalen Polk, a player we all hope still can make his way through, that can progress, that can do something for this organization. Hopefully moving forward, we will see. We've talked about that in other episodes. But besides Drake May, you really look at Elliot Wolf and his resume with the Patriots, and you're just like, this looks kind of rough. This is tough. But I do believe there's a reason the Patriots kept him on. I think the Patriots think, all right, hey, I think he has obviously potential. Mike Vrabel must have liked him. I think if Mike Vrabel would have came in and said, I want him gone, he would be gone. I think it's as simple as that. But moving forward, we know Elliot Wolf is probably on a very, very hot seat, and he doesn't want to mess this up. I think that's easier said than done. Now, Okorafor, I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Okorafor, that was rough. That was, you're hoping to give a player a second chance. He comes in and he literally just leaves the team. But then Caden Wallace gets injured. He had some promise. Nick Leverett didn't end up really working out. David Andrews ends up going down. Jacobs, they literally have to claim him off waivers. They end up getting Ben Brown, who is actually kind of a bright spot for this offensive line at times. And Wenu was asked to do multiple different things from tackle to guard. And so it was tough. And he admits as well, hey, listen, it starts at the offensive line. And he says here, quote, every hit on Jacoby or Drake during the season, I felt like I was responsible for that. Good. I'm glad you see it that way, because moving forward, as you said, being thorough is going to be paramount when you look into free agency in the draft. As well, I think we've talked about in earlier episodes as well that Mike Vrabel, he's going to get the last call with a lot of these things. He's running the ship right now. But I think for Elliot Wolf, ultimately, he sees, hey, it starts on the offensive line. He says it right here, defensive line. They didn't get it done. They did not get it done. Moving forward, going to get it done. Got to figure out, got the cap space, got all of this figured out. They need to be able to step into this and say, hey, we're not going to have a mistake like Okorafor again. We're thoroughly going to look at these players. We're going to vet them, whether it's for the draft, whether it's in free agency, and we are going to bring in the best players, just like Mike Vrabel said, that are going to positively affect this team, not only on the field, but in the locker room, off the field, wherever it might be, that they are going to be a good representation for the New England Patriots. And I think Elliot Wolf, it's one of those things where imagine you're in class. I'm sure a lot of people who watch this show got in trouble in school. I got in trouble in school. Oddly enough, ironically enough, a high school PE teacher now. But there's plenty of times where you got in trouble with a teacher and you're just like, give me one more chance. I swear, I won't do that. Don't call my mom. Listen, I didn't care about detention. It was don't call my mom, don't call my dad. Please, gosh, no, because I don't want to face the wrath when I go home. So it was one of those things, you got a second chance and you weren't going to let it slip through your fingers. Well, at least most of the time. But Elliot Wolf, it seems like it's that situation for him. He's not going to mess up this time around. So what do you think about Elliot Wolf's comments? Again, I think it's a pleasant surprise. I think it's good for the organization, and especially as a man that he can man up and be willing to say, listen, I felt like it was on me. And I take blame for that. I take accountability for that. That says a lot coming from a man. It says a lot coming from someone who I think a lot of people, were frustrated with. I was surely frustrated with him. I thought he was going to be gone. Again, being able to say this, let's move on. Elliot, hey, we're behind you. Let's roll. Get some good free agents, get some good draft picks. Next up, Godchaux, from defensive tackle for the New England Patriots. He has been given permission to seek a trade. Multiple teams apparently have contacted the New England Patriots. And so chances are for him, the biggest reason they said, yep, go ahead and move on, is the defensive scheme that they're looking at. Again, Mike Vrabel, Terrell Williams, more of a even four-man front. And so it will be interesting moving forward, seeing what happens and what they can get for a guy like Godchaux, being, 30 years old. There's during the season, there was times that people were like, I don't know, they could trade him right now. And so chances are they're going to try to go out and get some sort of higher round draft compensation, I would think, for someone like him. It's not going to be a great pick. I doubt a player's going to be involved. So it will be very interesting to see. What are your comments on that? What are your thoughts? Wish him the best of luck. And if multiple teams have contacted, then it's also possible that, hey, they're willing to pay up and give, I don't know, something good, be competitive. Who knows? So comment below. What do you think? Last but not least, New England Patriots ranked 31st in NFL Player Association 2025 team report card. Kind of rough. Originally, I thought like, hey, this is probably going to affect free agents coming here. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think so. When it comes down to it, they basically said their lifting facilities weren't ideal. Their flights didn't have enough room. Man, you read this as kind of like a blue collar, middle income family, lower middle income, and you're just like, what the heck? You're complaining about this? You're complaining you didn't get enough personal space on your flight? Have mercy, heaven forbid. But then Gerard Mayo, hey, good for him. He had a B+ as a coach. Again, a lot of people said he was a coacher's type person. Ownership received a D, with players feeling Robert Kraft is only somewhat committed to building a competitive team. After last year, I could see that. After seeing that grade of a D, you're probably like, they probably want to set Gerard Mayo up for failure. That's what it seems like. But good news, daycare in-game stuff for the family services went from an F-. I didn't even know that was possible, to a C+. So good for them. Just interesting to talk about. But I highly doubt that would hold any bearing on any player in free agency willing to come. But you do know that there are other places that have incredible facilities. Arizona Cardinals ranked dead last, which is kind of crazy when you look at their stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. You would assume they have great facilities. Also down on the list, were the New York Jets, which in some rankings were ever actually ranked very last, which is hilarious. And so, I don't know. If you have any comments on that, I don't care. Comment below. But that being said, you guys know my name's Aaron. Do me the huge favor as we climb the ladder in subscriptions. Please hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Hit the like button. Comment below again. I don't care. Write whatever. Literally write the word whatever. Don't care. I'll talk to you later. Peace.